Hi friends, it's Julie Golding Page, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in St. Stephen, New Brunswick, Canada, along the tidal Scudig or St. Croix River, the traditional territory of the Passamaquoddy. And I'm grateful that they share this beautiful place with us. Today I am here to show you a new kit. So this is part of Kit and Cuppa. Welcome to Kit and Cuppa, where you can grab a beverage and watch me make a card out of a kit. And so today I have the newest paper pumpkin that I've received to show you. It's called Fun in the Sun, and it was the kit for July. If you missed it, it's also available right now to buy as a refill on stampinup.ca. And if you need to know how to do that, just shoot me off a message and I'll be happy to help you. I'll also put some links here after the broadcast today. So this is going to be simple, just one card, and we'll put that together, and I hope you enjoy it. All right, so I'm just going to switch my view here, if I can get it. Okay, sorry for that. There was something on my screen I was having to remove there. Okay, so here is our kit, and this is a paper pumpkin, like I said. And before we get into that, I wanted to just explain a little bit about paper pumpkin. So Paper Pumpkin comes out with a new kit every month, and the one that has just come available to order today is this one, and it is a autumn themed kit. It's called With Love and Gratitude, and you can see some of the decorative envelopes. They've given us a sneak peek and some of the die cuts and things. Here's a sneak peek of the stamp set, and it's going to come with 8 mini cards here and envelopes, as well as 8 treat packets for food treats or for small gifts. And they suggest you might want to use them as a hostess gift when visiting someone, or you want to have a dinner guest surprise, something for everybody at your table, that sort of thing. It could be a really fun way to do that. And there's also a really nice add-on, and I'll show you what that looks like. It's a journal. So you can see this beautiful journal that matches the kit, and it comes with these lovely gold foil stickers. And then you can write whatever you like in the journal. And I've had different journals from Stampin' Up! Before, and they've always been very high quality, lovely paper. So I'm sure this will be just the same. And that's available to order now if you are ordering this month's Paper Pumpkin kit. And I can show you where to find that too if you need to find it. You can subscribe monthly, or you can just buy one kit. But what I would say is I recommend people subscribe, because you can cancel or suspend at any time, and the subscription price actually includes the shipping, so it's cheaper than buying it as a one-off. You can just buy one kit and immediately suspend or cancel if you wish. It's all up to you. So also on the line of kits, the kits collection has a sale on through the end of August, so every kit in the kit collection is on sale for up to 30% off. So that's a really great deal, a great way to stock up on kits for yourself, maybe gifts for Christmas time or for some birthdays that are coming up or other occasions. And it's a great way to save some money. Another way to save is to remember to use those coupons if you earned them during July in the bonus days, those $6 coupons for every $60 spend. Now is the time to use them. You have to use them by the end of August or they just expire. So make sure you don't forget about those coupons. If you need help using them, just let me know. I'd be happy to act as your demonstrator and help you out with that. And I also wanted to mention that the holiday catalog is out for demonstrators only right now, but I got my copy in the mail today. And I get to show you the cover. I can't open it, but this is the new holiday mini catalog. So if you need a copy of the catalog, let me know. And from that catalog, I'm having some shares where you can just purchase a paper share, an embellishment share, or a ribbon share, and you get a portion of a number of different new things from the catalog. So rather than having to buy 8 new paper packs, you can get parts of all those paper packs instead. So a quarter pack of new papers. There's several of them. I'd have to consult my form to see exactly how many. The embellishments, you'll get a half pack of each of the ones that I'm offering. And ribbon share, you'll get a quarter of every single new ribbon that's in the catalog. I know that that one includes all of them. So if you're interested in those shares, please go to my website. You can go to www.juliescraftaddict.com, and all the information's there under holiday shares. Okay, and one more thing to mention today. I have this Earn Free Stamps program. And again, you can go to my website, juliescraftaddict.com, and click on Earn Free Stamps. I have a stamp earning program where you can get a free set of stamps after a certain number of purchases that qualify. So I'd encourage you to do that, and I'd be very happy to gift you your free stamps at the end of that qualifying program. So let's get going in our paper pumpkin. Oh, hi, Linda. Yeah, happy Friday to you too. So this is the paper pumpkin kit. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. All I've done is take the plastic wrap off everything, and everything else is just as it was. So the only thing that's not in here is the little ink spot, which I believe is in Daffodil Delight. So I'm just going to get my ink pad out. I gave away the ink spot to someone else just recently so they could use it, so that's why I don't have it. But here is the Daffodil Delight. Normally the whole kit comes with everything that you need. It even comes wrapped in this fancy tissue, which is always a nice touch, I find. I like that. Here's the stamp set. So it's got all kinds of nice sentiments. Sorry I was crabby. Hello, sunshine. Waving hello, I see brighter days ahead. Sending on an ocean of love. Let's see, wish you were here. What's this one? Relax, you deserve it. Oh, very nice. And sending sunshine too, and then you can fill in their name. So it comes with the stamp set and the ink. It also comes with your full instructions here, which we'll be consulting. It comes with your little embellishments. It comes with these mini glue dots as well. Decorated envelopes, so we've got a couple of different types here. Oh no, I guess they're all the same. It's just they're blue inside and the rainbow on the outside, which is very nice for summer. And then you've got all of these little pieces that you're going to use to make all of your cards. So everything is all cut for you. You just have to punch it out. It's very straightforward, and they give you all the instructions so you can put it together successfully. So let's pick a card. We're just going to do one here today. Anybody got an opinion if you're watching now? Which one we should do? Beach umbrella, this one with the sailboat, or the one over here with the crab? And I'll just look for the card bases right now so we can see which one we're going to do here. If you've got an opinion, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just kind of pick one. Let's see. Well, I don't see any comments giving me any opinions about it, so why don't we go with this one on the left, and we'll do the little umbrella one. So we will need all the pieces for that card. So let's find out what we need. All right, so here is the list of all the things you need for the cards. Oh, good, you want to do the umbrella one too, Linda? Great, so we're on the same page. So let's do this one. It's card number 2. So we need that cut out. So let's punch that out to get started. I really like the paper pumpkin. It's a really elegant kit, and it's so nice to get it in the mail once a month. Something that isn't a bill or anything like that, and it's just a lovely surprise in your mailbox always. Okay, so we need this piece. We need this sign. We need a chair. And we need a card base. Okay, let's see if we can find all those different things. Oh, and it looks like we need some more little die cuts. Let's find those too. So sunglasses and the little flip-flops. Okay, so here's the sunglasses. Let's take that one. We need the little flip-flops. Let's get that too. All right, so those are ready. And let me see. So we need another piece in the background. Oh, we need a chair. So here's a chair. This one was so nicely die cut that it was practically falling out of the wrapper. So that was really easy to get. Okay, so here's all our little pieces we've got. And let me see, what else? Okay, so we need some of these other ones as well. Let's find them all first. That's sometimes the biggest challenge. So if you're going to make a whole kit at once, what I suggest is just taking all the pieces out of the box and matching them up with the correct card. Today I'm not going to do that because we're just going to do one, but that makes it so much easier to just figure out what you're doing with it. So there's another piece we need. That sign we need, okay. There's the sign. And now we need this card base that has kind of the sun in the background. So these card bases are really quite interesting. This one's really pretty. And they all do an accordion fold, which is really interesting too. And I like that about Paper Pumpkin because you learn to do some different techniques sometimes, as well as getting the cool cards that you always do in the kit. So I think that's pretty much everything except for the label. So we need one label, and I'm just going to find that. So that looks like this little kind of rectangular one here. So we'll just take one of those out. And they usually give you enough that you've got more things left over. So you will have some leftover pieces as well. So then we got the ink. We need this Relax, You Deserve It stamp. That's good. And it looks like we've got everything else right there. So perfect. Okay. So let's do this. Let's make this card. So let's find the right page here. So it's card number 2. And here we go. So you can see I have not made one of these before, so we're going to figure it out as we go. And these kits are usually simple enough you can actually do that. So we're first going to stamp here. So we've got step number 1, and we're going to stamp Relax, You Deserve It on that little rectangle. Okay, so let's get our cardboard out, and we will stamp on the little rectangle. So here's the little rectangle. You can see I've used this cardboard a lot of times before. We're going to open up our stamp pad, and we'll get out our stamp. So Relax, You Deserve It. Or you could do Wish You Were Here. That would also work on the same piece of paper because it's the same size. All right, so I like to put it down so I can read it. So I put it on the side that I can read. That's the flat side up, and the flat side sticks to your block. So this is the bumpy side, and the flat side is stuck to the block. So when you get a new stamp set like this, the photopolymer, you need to condition it with your fingertips just to make sure that you remove the coating that was on it from the factory. And then I'd suggest always trying it out on your cardboard first, just to see if it's stamping clearly. Oops, I got uneven pressure up there. I can see that. So let's try that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, so let's see if I can do this evenly. And you can kind of see the ink going down, and you can just hold it down for a few seconds. And look at that. Easy as that. We conditioned the stamp because it was brand new, and we stamped our words on there. So it looks pretty good. And surprisingly, this Daffodil Delight, even though it's yellow, it does make a good sentiment ink. I find you can read it really, really well. And I quite like it as a sentiment in different cards. So that's, again, Daffodil Delight. I really like that color. Okay, so we stamped. So let's see, what is step 2? Step 2 is going to be to fold this. Okay, so they show this, which can look a little bit confusing, but they show you where to fold right there. So you can see the arrow tips, how they're folding across there, and you've got kind of this dotted line across. So let's follow their instructions, and we'll try it to make this the way they did. So they've got the line already scored for you. So you can just kind of fold your card right on the line there. And it doesn't matter if you end up folding it backwards instead of forwards, that's okay because it's just a fold line. So you can always change it later. So we're also going to fold on this line here. Okay. Okay, so this line we're going to fold. And we're really just going to fold on all the score lines that you can see there. So anywhere you see a score line, you can fold, and then you can figure out which way the fold line goes after you've folded them. So that's not a big deal. So we folded all of them, and now we shall see which way it's going to go. Okay, so they have it folded like that, and I think they folded this down. I'm just following their instructions here to see if I can figure it out. All right, so they have it this way. So they folded this in the middle. They folded that down as well. All right, I think they did that. Yes. So that's what they did for folding. I just followed it here so that it looks like theirs. So if you've got this flat and you have this kit, so fold this one this way. And then if you start at the bottom and fold down and fold in and fold down and fold in, just so it folds like that, it will work for you. Okay, so this is how it looks from the side. And that's exactly what their picture is right there. So as you can see, I just figured this out right now. I hadn't looked at it before. And that is the accordion fold. So you can see it looks kind of like an accordion when it's folded up. And all you have to do is just fold on all the score lines and then follow their diagram to know how the whole thing is going to be put together. So that's exactly what I did there. Okay, so basically, here it is again, in case you've got this kit and have been a little mystified by the folding. So this one in the middle, you fold that way. So you make a tent out of it, okay? And then on this side, okay, so you fold down to make a tent on the bottom, and then you fold this one the other way, and then you fold that one on itself again, and this one on itself, so that it all kind of makes these little tents, and then it matches the tent on the back there. Okay, so if you have trouble doing that, just remember you fold this one over once, and then you fold this one on the bottom to make a tent, fold it in on itself, fold it in on itself so that it all collapses in like that. Okay, so I hope that will help a little bit. And then you can see that on the edge, it makes the same shape as what they have there. And that's how you kind of interpret that. They're just showing where the folds all go. Okay, so now that we've got those folds in place, now what we're going to do is we're going to take and we are going to put our piece here in on the end. So what we want to do is make it look like this. Okay, so I just skipped this step to see what they were going to look like over here. So let's see, because sometimes these folding ones can be kind of complicated to understand. So you just want it to look like a card all the way across, basically. We're going to add a piece right in there to make it extend. All the blue extend over and the sand extend over. So that's where we kind of want it to go. And what they told us to do was put some tear and tape on there. Now I took the tear and tape out of my kit and I used it for something else. And I really used it all up, so I don't have any left. So I'm just going to use Stamp and Seal on there instead. So that's just on this little piece here. Okay, so that's the little piece on the top. That's right across here. Okay, so I am going to take my Stamp and Seal and I'm going to put that across. And we will just adhere our piece to that, okay? Rather than use the tear and tape, which I don't have at this time. Okay, so then you can just position this piece over top so that it continues the straight across yellow and blue lines here. So they kind of line up. And you can adhere that down. So there, we've got a full card made now. So now we're going to go to step number 4. And what they're going to do, they used tear and tape to put on this little chair and they tucked it into the card. So let's try to figure that out. So here's our little chair. Okay, I don't think it matters which side, it's exactly the same on both sides. So what they did with the chair is they tucked it in behind here and they adhered it to that card. So they just put tear and tape across this piece here and then stuck it on. So I don't have any tear and tape, so I think I'm going to use glue dots this time. Actually, the glue dots that just came with it should work just fine for that. So I'm going to take one of those and put it here. I think I'll put 3 of them across so it'll stick really well. Okay. So you can see that even when it's got some of these fancy fold cards, which this is, included in the kit, you can figure it out on the fly. I'm just making this up as I go because I hadn't even looked in the kit other than to take out a few of the adhesive supplies that I was needing. But the rest of it, I am just figuring it out as I go. So there's the chair. Now, what else did they put in there? They put in these little flip-flops. So you can just put them in with the glue dots. You can see on here, they have the little dots on them. That indicates glue dots. And you can just put them next to the chair wherever you want them to be. So let's do that. I'll get some more dots. And we'll put the dots on the ends of the flip-flops, just like they did. And then take off those little papers. And if you find the glue dots do not work for you, because I've had different customers say that they're not thrilled with these glue dots, right? Then I would suggest these ones. These are the mini glue dots that come on a roll. These ones are much easier to use. You can see there they are on the paper. You don't have to remove anything from them. All you do is stick your item directly on and lift, and the glue dot comes right off the paper and onto the piece of paper you want it to be on. So a lot of people prefer these to the dots that come in all of the different kits, whether in Paper Pumpkin or the kits collection. So I recommend those. If you have trouble with these little guys, because it's hard to take off the backing sometimes, then just get the mini glue dots. Okay, so we got that on. Now let's see. So next they're going to put on this big piece. They're going to put on the sign as well. And then they've got sunglasses. Oh, and one more piece that they didn't tell us about before, I don't think. So that looks like a shell, I'd say, and that's the little piece right there. So we can add those as well. And they're also going to add on their stamped piece to the sign. So let's do that first. Let's put our relax on our sign first. And we'll just move our card out of the way for the time being. So here is our sign. And they've got this little rectangle, so it just fits exactly on there, which is lovely. And they just use the glue dots again. You can use whatever adhesive you want. You could even use liquid glue if you prefer. That's totally fine. It's up to you. Most of these things, unless they're vellum or ribbon, both vellum and ribbon need a dry kind of glue, like a glue dot or Stamp and Seal. But pretty much anything else is going to be fair game to use the liquid glue if you prefer it. All right, so there, we got that one on. And let's see, how about we get our umbrella here. And they use tear and tape again, but I have used up all my tear and tape, so I'm just going to use seal. So this just goes to show that you can use whatever you have on hand. It doesn't have to be exactly the way a project is set out. And that's part of being creative, right? And also just being frugal to use what you have. So don't worry about it if you don't have exactly the same supplies. You can always work on that. And that reminds me, I should mention that I have some classes coming up for October. I'm advertising now so that we can order everything in advance and it'll all get here in time. And if you just go to my website, juliescraftaddict.com, I have a couple of kit classes, one for kids, one for adults. And I have a free class with $60 order, and I also have another class that is kind of for avid crafters. So if you want to have a look at my classes, I invite you to look there at juliescraftaddict.com, and I'll just leave that so you can see the address. Okay, so now we've got those items on. It's looking pretty nice, actually, all these layers. And I think we're going to go ahead and put this one on next. So let's put our sign on. And once again, they used tear and tape on the bottom. I'm just going to use Stamp and Seal, and I think that will be more than adequate for this. So we'll go ahead and we'll put that on. And I'd love to hear if you've tried this kit. I'm finding this a really, really cute kit. As I mentioned before, I hadn't even opened it up to look inside other than to take out the adhesives that I needed. But wow, this is a really nice kit. And I like the fancy fold. It's really nice that they included these accordion folds this month. It's really cute. All right, and we're going to put these sunglasses just down here. Let's see if we've got everything. So we've put on the sign, the umbrella, the piece onto the sign. And it's just this little shell because we just put on these sunglasses and our embellishments. Okay, so we need to find our little shell because we don't have that punched out quite yet. So I'm just looking for my piece with the shell here. It's got to be in my box here someplace. So let's have a look. Okay, we got all the labels. There's 2 more of those cards. Some more cutouts. There's one of the other cards. And you can see they all fold the same way. So if you figure out how to fold the first one, all the cards fold the same. So it should be pretty easy after the first one. Okay, there's some more cards. And I didn't see them. I must have placed them somewhere else. Ah, here they are. Okay, so there's our little shell. And you can see they've given you quite a few of those little shells as well. So they tucked their little shell just slightly behind this. But you can just put it over here on the side if you want. It doesn't matter. You can choose to put it anywhere. And please do remember that anytime they give you instructions, they're just suggestions. So you can always change anything you like. If you would rather do it a different way, that is your prerogative as a creator. It's totally fine to do that. And there you go. So here's how it folds on the side. And here's how the card looks on the front. So we just need the embellishments and we'll be all done. So we've got these little embellishments here. And these are super tiny, these little guys. So I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool. That is a tool you can use for die cutting as well as for embellishments. So this end is sharp, but not too sharp as you can see. And that's for poking out little die cut pieces. This end, however, has putty. And so I'm going to just push that down so it's a little more stable. And this putty will pick up your little tiny embellishments and help you to put them on. So you can see I just picked that up and it's on the tip. And now I don't have to kind of fuss with my nails or my finger or whatever to try to maneuver these tiny, tiny little things. So let's see where they put theirs. So they put an embellishment here, an embellishment there, and one over there. So let's do exactly what they did because that looks pretty nice. So there's one. Let's get another one. And they kind of put one here. And then they put another one up here in the corner a little bit. So there's a little bit of bling on the card. Look at that, those nice little embellishments. And as easy as that, we have a very fancy looking card and we hardly did any stamping, just this little bit. So once you figure out how to fold them, you're home free and you can make these beautiful, impressive cards to give away to your family and friends. So I hope that you enjoyed this episode of Kit and Cuppa today and that you'll enjoy using your paper pumpkin kit if you have this one. A reminder that there is a refill of this kit available right now. I think it's $15, so it's not very much. It does not contain the stamp set or the ink, but it does have everything else. And actually, if you had another stamp set that had some sentiments like these, you could just use your own and do a really great job on these cards. So you wouldn't even need the stamp set, I don't think. So that's available for anybody who is buying this month's Paper Pumpkin kit. Okay, so that's a perk of being a subscriber for the month to Paper Pumpkin. But thanks again for coming along and making this card with me today. I hope you had a good time and I hope you have a wonderfully crafty weekend. Bye for now.